Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the week two, day one training program. So, I welcome all of you. All the students are welcome here. Let me start the agenda of today's session. So, we are stepping into the week two, where the topic is digital behavior, online safety, ethics, personal responsibility, and the theme is exploring digital tools. In today's session, we are starting with introduction to email and communication tools, right? This is the most important when we start exploring the tools, right? Because email is essential communication in both academic and professional context. When we come out from the school, when we go in the future area, not only in the school itself, in the academics, we frequently are going to use the email as a tool. So it is very important for us to understand how we can write a effective email, how we can know how we can write a clear email, and what is the main importance of this email. To make it a little simple, let me explain you one scenario. Okay, all of you can understand this scenario by considering your school only, right? So think about this is your school building, and there is some kind of real world problem which is every day outside school we are facing. Just imagine that as a situation. So what is the problem? There is a pothole outside the school campus. There is a no pedestrian cross is there, right? There is no zebra crossing is there, and it is creating a risk of accidents and a lot of things which is happening outside the campus, right? And we as a student, we as a community of the school, thinking always about, okay, how we can get it done. Either we can take the help of a traffic police or we can take help of the media. How can we do it? And ultimately we can go back to the concept of what normally English teacher has taught us, right? You all must be familiar about letter writing process, right? So when you go through the letter writing process, you'll understand one thing, that how we can write a letter. This is the format, right, which we have gone through the school, like letter writing process. We write the from from where we are sending to whom we are sending. Example, we are sending to the news editor. We'll write from where to, then subject line, and then the concern. I'm writing to raise a concern about the road opposite to my school name, and we have got numerous potholes making it hazardous for the both vehicle and pedestrian. And furthermore, there are no designated pedestrian crossings. All those things we wanted to send it, right? Now, this is the letter writing to the editor was which we have already learned, right? But we are talking about 21st century education where we have to apply such knowledge. What we are learning, we have to apply in the real world. So email really plays a big role. This example will make you understand about what is the power of email, right? And then we can understand how we can use it very productively. So now let's say this is the format of letter. Usually what a school will do, school will or anybody will do, they will write a letter in the professional way, in the handwritten method, and they send it to the editor desk, right? uh, it will go to the address of the editor, whichever the local area editors are there for you in your area. You are writing the letter in English or Hindi language or any language which you wanted, you are sending to them. Then, if press release will come, action will happen. Then, yes, traffic team will come to know, and they will set up this kind of. They will make the road proper, and they will make the things proper, right? Now, for doing this entire process, definitely there will be a delay because when you write a letter, you have to go to the post office to send it, to courier it, or somebody will go and drop the letter to the local editor office, and then to take the letter and do the action, and then again you school to get acknowledgement whether the action is being taken. It is a little longer process, right? And sometimes what has happened, there are many when you talk to the school team and you will understand many things about this. Multiple times we have to write a letter and there is a lot of record issues, right? Sometimes the records are not reaching to the writers and problems are there. We are always in dilemma whether our sent messages has been read or not. That's physical letter I'm talking about. And what is the solution. What is the solution? What is the power of email? Now, instead of going to the normal letter, which is also required in many situations, but I'm just showing you that what a person can do. The same envelope letter can be sent in a digital media, electronic media that we call as an email, right? It will be sent, and we can get the email address from any newspaper. We can go to the browser and search for any newspaper. For example, we go to the Hindi newspapers, right? We go to the online site and we can come to know what is their address, which is useful for my the physical letter sending. But when you scroll down, they have mentioned that please send a letter, clearly mention the subject, and letter to the editor, letters at the rate thehindu.co.in. This is the email address of the newspaper. What next step we can do? We can immediately take an action on this. What we will do? We will open our email box, right? So example, we will open our email box. I'll just show you a few things. Let's say in this example, what we are trying to do here. Once we get the letter, that means what is the email address, how the email can reach to the person. Because instead of physical address, they have created a digital address, that's an email address for you, right? Where the communication can reach out. Now, for sending the communication, you also should be having your own email account. Either it's a personal or professional account. Now, what normally we do, we usually go to our email account. For example, I'm going to office.com, microsoft.com, and I'm going to use a Outlook. India is popular with the Gmail. I could have used the Gmail also. Any kind of email client we can use. Yahoo, Gmail. There are many companies are there which I can enter. I have entered one ID and entered the password. Now this is one important concept here. If I enter the ID password, I click on sign in. It should sign in me. But because I have enabled the multi-factor authentication, it will ask me to approve the sign in because my ID password could be with someone, right? And I explained the previous session, multi-factor authentication in cybersecurity is most important. Hence, it is asking for some authenticator. And if I enter this code in my mobile phone, I will be able to sign in, right? I will be able to sign in. Now, if I am able to sign in here, I will be part of the account. And once I part of the account, I will go to the application called Outlook. Outlook is the email client application of Microsoft. Like Google has got Gmail, Microsoft has got a Hotmail, and like this. So I go to the email, I entered whom I wanted to send to. To is my whom I wanted to send. Then CC. That means if I'm sending to the auditor or editor, I should send to the school as a copy also. So I can put as a CC. Then some letter content, dear road repair is required, and then I'm writing a letter like this and attaching some images of pothole also. You can see that I have attached some images in the bottom which shows that the pothole is there, right? Maybe I can for to support my letter I can actually add more and more communication media. Yesterday we talk about the content, right? We can create a lot of content and we can include in this material. Advantage is it just goes on a button click. If we enable the read receipt while sending the email, we'll come to know that whether the next person has opened the mail or not. Anyways, when we discuss about detail in mail, we'll understand about all those things. But I hope with this process, you should be clear about one thing, that when we are sending the physical mail, what was the challenges, and when we are sending the online mail, what is the challenges. So just to show you this challenges part, I am going to tell you that there is a lot of advance about let me just show you that image also so that you can understand the difference. Just allow me a second. Yeah, this factor, I think if you can understand it, manual lettering process speed is slow, Email, it's a faster, right? Cost was higher in the manual process, because we have to go to the postage fees, we have to pay for the letter to be sent, and envelope has to be purchased. A lot of cost factor is involved, but here it is almost free. Tracking is always limited, whether it is delivered or not, whether they have seen or not. But in the email, it is advantages there. Accessibility, limited, widespread is there for accessibility point of view, because letter requires the physical resources, stamps, and so many things are required. But here it is can be done immediately. Environmental impact is also there, but paper use is less. Security and privacy, that means your letters are not getting compromised. Somebody will not open it, or it will not have to go to the physical damage. Likewise, it is more reliable because it is there is no technical failures are there. Normally, in some kind of postal service, some errors are there, because that reason the post is going and round until it is a proper address is given. It is moving out, right? The record keeping is always difficult. Example, when you have sent 5 to 6 letter, how many letters you have sent, it is little difficult to manage it there. And the folder, which the files the editor team will maintain, they will maintain in a physical format. All those coming, there's two folder they will maintain, right? One folder they will maintain whatever the letters they have received from the school, or the complaints they have received from the school. And the is about second kind of letter is about how many uh, yeah how many letters we have sent from the school side. Let me just give me a second, I will just tell you about that also. Okay. So record keeping is always a challenges, because when we go to the physical any editor office, when you ask them about inquiry about the previous letters which we have sent has not reached, if you complain about that, the problem will be it they will come up with a big folder where entire district, maybe people have sent a letter, they will open up a diary where only the received complaint has come. And if they acknowledge something and they send a reply, they will go to the different files and open it. But in email, it is not like that. It is having the like beautifully, it is digital way, it is the folders are categorized: inbox, sent items, outbox, right, draft, everything is well organized here. So if you compare both things, you'll easily understand what exactly these things means. No doubt there are little advantage of having the physical letter, because it provides a lot of personal touch. For many formal case, when we have to send a letter to the prime minister office, or we have to send a letters to the president office, usually people like to do nowadays also that with personal touch, with some kind of attention. They wanted to invite someone, they wanted to send the letters with a personal touch. But the way emails are working is amazing, right? So that's the thing which is about the email. Now let me just move forward here. Okay, I have to check the screen. Yeah. So if you all understood the power of email, it is important to understand the definition of email, because you know that how email can be effective, and it is for everyone. Anybody who is age in India above 13 years, they can use the email, and with a lot of responsibility. Email is electronic email, is digital communication tool that allows user to send, receive, and store messages over the internet. It is one of the most widely used form of communication globally. That means globally is that underlined word. You have to send communication not only to a district post office, but let's say you have to send to the US, UK, Russia, anywhere you want to send the mail, you can easily send out. On a button click, it will go out, right? And to anybody. Only thing is you require to know the email address of a person, the right email address of the person whom you wanted to send out the mail communication to, and no postage stamps are required. So it's a digital post office, right? And the main advantage is it is like having the instant communication. We don't have to wait for it. It has got a global reach. It has cost effective. Documentation is most important, and it's a versatile. That means you can send from any device, any place, wherever you are in the world. You don't have to go anywhere to communicate. And documentation is important because when you send out a mail, it is going on record. And trust me, when it is going on record, anytime in future, we can have a track how many times you have sent out a mail, what was the communication, and you have the method of sending the replies. Okay, example, for the same traffic, that same traffic issues, if you have sent a mail, you have not got response, you will not send a new mail. You have the option of sending as a reply to that, as a reminder, and then reminder, and you have got almost like 10 reminders. If suppose the news editor is not taking action, you can send the mail as a copy to, let's say, other news editor or media house, or to the traffic police officers. A lot of understanding are there, but the base is the academic. You have learned the way to write a letter. The same concept will be followed here. And trust me, the way the popularity of email is, this understanding you must be having it. There are 3 million emails sent every minute minimum. Okay, now also when we're talking it, there are 3 million mails are getting exchanged in the world. Okay, and everything is maintained the different servers, and overall there are 4.3 billion users of emails. It's a big number, right? People are using emails. Now understand little bit structure of email. Example of email addresses, for example, I am just putting in dummy ID here just to show you the example. The username @gmail.com, right? Like example, I'm putting my name Prashant @gmail. This is not a right email address, but I'm just putting as a thing that how exactly it can work. Prashant @gmail.com. So divides or act as a bridge between the username and the domain name, right? Or the, I can say about the customer address. There are a lot of things which is a part of these things. So where it has to reach, which server it has to go. So that is the after @ which is coming up, and domain names comes after the @ sign. Any email address, this is a common rule that @ should be there, domain name should be there, username should be there. The dot followed by the letter indicates the type of domain it is. Okay, so whether it is .com, it's a government site, .gov, .edu, education site, how exactly that .in, .uk, we know that it's an Indian domain or it's a UK domain. So it all depends upon different methods. Now that's a email address classification, but why this @ is so popular? I think that you must know this interesting fact. Okay, I'll just play one short video to explain you this. In 1971, the first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson, who is also called as a computer scientist. He was working for the Internet Foundation. That's the APRONET. He was working on a project, and during that time, he has tested the first time @ method, and that was a revolution. It was called as a killer application. Why killer application? Because communication to one become so famous after that. Because just after @ the device name and network name on the network, when he tried doing it, it was amazing. So let's hear from his mouth his experience, because he has very good fundamentals about the networking, and the way he has developed this @ is the game changer, and that's why the 400 million users, billions users are there who are using today. Let me play this video for you.
At first, there wasn't much to do on the ARPANET beyond transferring data files among its members. But then, a new capability was added. The first killer application that would bring in the masses and take the usefulness of computer networking to a new level. That killer app was email.
I was actually working on a mail program, but it was programmed for a single computer so that you could send messages from yourself to another user on the same time sharing computer. And I had written a couple of programs to transfer. for files, and it occurred to me that since the mailbox that I was sending these messages to was nothing more than a file, I could send that file across the network instead of keeping it within the same machine. And so I put two programs together, modified the code a little bit, and the first email program was created.
Tomlinson did more than just write the code for email. In a keystroke, he gave the world a new icon for the information age, the @ sign.
The @ was the most obvious choice because we're talking about a user who was at some computer, and it just made sense.
Ironically, what would become one of the most popular applications on the internet was a program Tomlinson wrote on his own time.
It seemed like a neat idea.
I hope that has given you a lot of clarity about how it is all started. So this important to know about the history and how they have used the network. There are, let's say, 5 to 6 computers are in network. How to send the message to only to one computer or two computer, that was little challenging. And that time they were using the command line. There was a software which was used in the command line, the Pine and Alpine. This all using this the command lines they used to do the emails, right? They write the with the @ they are able to, the programming was done in such a way with the @ they, after that whatever they're writing, it is the other PC's address in the network. And slowly that concept has come into the acquired by the different companies, and they have done a lot of evolution. Okay, initially it was just on the command lines. So when we talk about the emails, it was initially on the command lines. Then graphical email clients has introduced. Graphical email client means which we as a common people can start using it. We know that there are a user interface. Using that, we can write a mail, we can send a mails, and we can easily write who is to who is CC. Because we, if I ask you to go and send out a mail from the command line, it is definitely a very tough process to do it, because you have to do a lot of network check before sending, server check without before sending, and then you have to send it. No doubt it is not possible. Till today it is possible. But graphical email clients, when it is designed, background, the same software programmings are used, but these clients are the revolution. So if we talk about whether it's a graphical email clients, Microsoft Outlook was the one. That time it was downloaded application which was used to send email and communication on network. Okay, that time internet has not came, and that time this communication was sending out on the network using some protocols, right? So before this World Wide Web has come, this email was there which was working on network. The communication was sent on network. And there are web clients has come up. That means we can use on the browsers after 2000s. And then you have seen the popular application like Gmail, right, Yahoo. This all things has come up slowly on the browser. And then after 2007 onwards, now we can access the emails on the mobile phone also. So mobile apps has come up, but everybody, the baseline was @ right? That was the main key area of this computer scientist, right? So we all are very thankful for this evolution. And when we have to understand about this evolution, we'll understand about this figure also. First email was sent by Ray Tomlinson in 1971. Then there are 600 people in after 7 years it was sent. Then first email client was launched, right? That from there the UI was there. Then likewise the Gmail was launched. Then Yahoo Mail, Hotmail. A lot of things are been HTML has been added, and CSS has been now added, and there are a lot of things which is evolution part. It is happening. So when we talk about evolution, it is important to talk about the pigeon, right? So when we talk about the pigeon was the things when people used to send a communication in the past, right? In the like they used to send out all the letters by that bird. Then evolution has started. Before @ these all things was there. People used to send the communication with parchment with the help of paper mail, telegrams. Then email has come. Now SMS and communication is been advancing day by day. Now the mobile instant message like WhatsApp we are sending, right? they all work on a certain protocol in the network. Okay, with all different protocols, this all works. So if I explain about how it works, okay, I'm talking about the example of email. Maybe this will clarify your mind. So let's talk about email. To understand emails, let us understand how we use post office today. Okay, let us understand that as an example. Let's say this is your house. Consider this is your house. From your house, you have to send some letter or something kind of documents to someone else. Okay, in the different location. Okay, so for example, if I have to send, what I will do first thing. Example, email is not there. In that case, what I will do. This is the image of the 3D printed post office, which is in Bangalore. So what I will do first, to the post office, nearby post office, right? I will go to the post office physically, which is nearby from where I wanted to send the letter. Then I will have the envelope with me, where in the envelope I will write from where the email should go, whom it should go, and I will drop in the post office. Once it will be dropped, it will be picked by whom? Postman, right? So postman will come into picture. They will pick up my envelope, check properly where it has to go. They will check the address where it has to go. Then they will open the directory where this address is. Example, it has to go to from Bangalore to Delhi, and from Bangalore to, let's say, it has to go to any place, Jammu Kashmir, Patna, anywhere. They will check where it is coming up, which person can, which are traveling there. They'll do all this mapping. They will decode the address proper, and then they will align the delivery process. Once this delivery process is aligned, this letter will go to, example, I'm targeting to the, it has to be sent to the, let's say, in the Patna house. In the Patna house, what will happen? It will not directly go to the Patna house from my house to the Patna house. It has to first go to the my nearest post office. Then from there, it is going to the Patna's nearest post office, and from there, this letter by the postman again, it will has to be transferred with proper verification. It has to be transferred to the the residence. So these are the complete process. Email attacks. Let me explain you a little bit about it. Um, Normally, when it gets exposed to the network, a lot of security breaches are happening. A lot of people take advantage, the cyber criminals take advantage of the situation, and they start. Okay, video got stuck. Let me just recheck it out. I will just reshare my screen very quickly. Yeah, I hope it is fine now. Yeah. So we'll request a quick confirmation. Okay, great. Now, let's understand one more thing here. Because it's in the network, a lot of people, cyber criminals, will take advantage of the situation, and they will start doing this process. And in this process, what they do is they send out a phishing attacks. They send out a attractive mail so that people will click on that link and the virus can spread in the computer. Right? There are a lot of problems, which is challenges, which is happening here, and cyber bullying. There are a lot of things which is in the mails which is happening. Now, how we can report it? Last time I told you that there is a portal like cybercrime portal is there of Government of India, which we can use it for all the kind of complaints, right? So cybercrime.gov.in is the cybercrime website, which has got a very amazing information. You must go to this website and understand, because when we are the internet user, we should know about what facility our government is providing. And there is a lot of safety tips, a lot of contents are available here. And whenever we try to put any kind of complaint or anything, we have to be very conscious. We should not put any kind of wrong complaints. There are many kinds of complaints which is comes under the category. For example, whenever there are abusive messages has been sent, whether it is the threatening message or humiliating messages has been sent, or direct messages has been sent, which is humiliating one. Somebody who's spreading the rumors, somebody who is spreading the fake news, somebody who is like they are putting the hurtful memes. There are sexual harassments. There are many things which comes under that, and that all can be reported here, where the videos and photos are morphed, and cyber stalking. A lot of examples are there. For all those things, we can have this portal available. We should be aware about such information, and we should be very clear about one thing: if we misuse this portal, there is a legal action against you can also take place. So when we know the advantage, because cybercrime will work with the legal force, and they will only take the complaints which is right complaints, and they have got a email address, everything available there on the portal. So if you wanted to send out a direct mail based on the region which I am showing on the example, you can send out the mails to them also directly. You can file a complaint, you can send out a mail for certain region. If the mails are not getting answered, the complaint is not getting answered, you can reach out the mail. And government of India has strictly told many company, many organization that they should have a grievance department, and they should publicly share their grievance department email address. So if any case will happen, example, I'm just giving example to you. Let's say we have gone for our regular daily life thing. Example, your parents, must be going for daily life things. Let's say they have gone for their bike repairing, and some authorized service center is there, and they are not repaired the bike properly. There's no point in fighting with them during that point of time. But if we know our rights, if we know about, okay, what we can do is, if they are not a localized store, they are reputed organizations, there is a grievance department, and we can file a complaint to the grievance department of that company. We should know how to write mail. When we write a mail, definitely they will take action, and no company wanted their names to be gone down, right? So all these things are possible when we are doing it. So in the email attacks, we can always be safe. We should see that we should not share our password. We should not click on any inappropriate link, and such mails can be reported back. No doubt, nowadays, whether it's a Gmail or Outlook, has got a internal spam filter to provide you security. That means some phishing mails, spam mails will not come to your inbox, right? But still, as a user, you need to know about what are the things you should do it. And yes, again and again, I'm telling, respect online communication, because it can lead to a lot of consequences. India is a developing country. We have to learn about this thing. The things which you need to practice by yourself is like how we can create our own email. Every email provider provides a free email accounts, right? Which has got some kind of limitation in storage and mail size. So we can create our account directly when we go there. No, because normally in the mobile phone, when you purchase a laptop, you purchase it wanted to link some email account. So many people are not aware. Just for the time being, they create it. But we need to know, we need to utilize that mailbox for a very proper process and project. So learn about how we can create a new mail. It's very simple. When you go to any website, it will give you the option of free account creation option. You can create an account. You can practice these things in very good way. How we can send a recipient, how we can put a subject, how we can put a body, and you can start exchanging the mail between the two people. Learn more professionalism with that, because impact of email is huge. Trust me. So what you should do today, what you learn today, write in your journal. Students, one more thing I'd like to update you on. When I am going through the some of the journals sent by the schools, it is amazing. The students appreciate you all, because the way you are maintaining the journals is amazing. The teachers, especially the teachers who are there in the classroom, their role is very amazing. They are sitting with them and helping them as a mentor. Some of the videos, some of the photos, I have gone through it. It is really amazing and encouraging. Uh, so what you should do is today familiarize yourself with the email literacy and how it benefits your academic and professional career. Write a concept note on that. What you practice today, you understand the basics of email, what it is, how it works, what is SMTP, some keywords: SMTP, POP, IMAP, how it works, how it delivered, where we should, what is the website we should go for the news editors email address, which website we should go for cybercrime, um, how we can protect ourselves with the email threat, because number of email is increasing. and how we should be respectful for the others, how we should not misuse the online system. Because when a legal action will happen against you, trust me, the everybody getting in the surrounding gets into the problem. So we have to be really conscious about all those things. Under participative parent time, summarize the discussion. You can also discuss with the parents. Many parents are active user of emails. Go and discuss with them. Learn from their experience that how they have using emails. If they are not using the emails, they are not the email user, you go and tell about all those things what you learned today. So that's how you can actually understand the area and you can help them out. So there are some questions which I'm putting on the screen for you to think about and write on your journal. Okay. There are 4 questions, which the key questions you can make a note. What are the key difference between the personal and professional email accounts? Personal is free. Professional is given by the school or organization, and professional email has got a lot of advantages. What is the email? Why is the email considered as a secure method of communication, and what steps can be taken to make it more safe? What are the risks associated with email, and how can we, a user, protect themselves? What is the importance of students to develop email literacy, and how it can benefit their future career? Future career, everywhere in any company you go, you have to have this skill of writing the email. Everyday reporting, everything you have to learn about this part. This is amazing concept. I wanted all the teacher coordinator who are there in the classroom can make the student mention these things in their journal, help them out in the writing this process, and that will enhance their learning process. Because email is something which is a crucial. I hope you have all got the clarity, and if we reflect back, we understand, we compared how physical emails, how what is the power of email, we understand with the example of making this zebra crossing in the roads, how we can reach out to the people or the news editor or the traffic police, how we can convert our academic learning, that means letter writing process, to the email writing process, apply the concept in the real world. We understood about what is email, what is email client, history, the at the rate symbol, where it has come from. So there are a lot of things we have discussed today. It is time for you all to reflect back, make important notes, go back, practice it, right? Thank you so much. As I told you again and again, digital literacy is not about using technology, it is about understanding it. So tomorrow, the next topic we are going to have is collaborative tool and online learning platform. Thank you so much for listening me. Thank you so much for your participation.